We're explaining how to resolve the forbidden, "You don't have permission to access this resource" error on your Apache server running on Ubuntu. This frustrating message means your web server is blocking access to a specific file or directory. Let's troubleshoot this step by step. 1. Check file and directory permissions. The most common cause is incorrect file permissions. Use the ls command in your terminal to view the permissions of the problematic file or directory. The output shows permissions in the format XR The first character indicates the file type, for file, D for directory. The next three sets of 3 characters represent permissions for the owner, group, and others, respectively. R is read, U is write, X is execute. Ideally, your web server user, often www data, needs at least read access. To change permissions, use the chmod command. For example, chmod 755myfile.html grants read, write, and execute permissions to the owner, and read and execute permissions to the group and others. This is generally a safe starting point. 2. Verify ownership. Ensure the web server user owns the files and directories. Use the chown command. For instance, chown www.data my directory changes the owner and group to www.data. If you're unsure of your web server's user, check your Apache configuration /etc apache2 at apache2.conf or similar files within etc apache2 mods available. 3. htaccess issues. htaccess files control access on a per directory basis. Incorrect rules within htaccess can cause this error. Temporarily rename or remove the htaccess file in the affected directory to see if that resolves the issue. If it does, examine the htaccess file for incorrect directives, such as overly restrictive deny rules or incorrect authentication settings. If you need specific authentication, ensure you've configured it correctly in Apache's main configuration files and potentially using .htpasswd. 4. Apache configuration. Review your Apache configuration files for any directives that might be blocking access. Look for allow and deny directives within virtual host configurations or other relevant Apache configuration files, etc. Apache2's sites available, and how etc. Apache2 apache2.conf. Check for anything that might be explicitly denying access to the specific URL or directory. 5. CLinux, if applicable. If you're using CLinux, its security policies might be preventing access. You can temporarily disable SLinux to see if that resolves the issue, but remember to re-enable it afterward. Use the commands sudo setenforce 0 to temporarily disable it and sudo setenforce 1 to re-enable it. You should research SELinux and its proper configuration for longer-term solutions. 6. Restart Apache. After making any changes to permissions, ownership, or configuration files, restart the Apache web server using sudo systemctl restart apache2 to apply the changes. Remember to always back up important files before making significant changes. If the problem persists after checking all these points, provide more details about your server setup, the error message, and the affected file directory for further assistance.